Good morning, peoples. Good morning, TG. I saw that. Morning, Darlene. That's okay. I'll be thinking about you, though. I hope you're able to get things done this morning without a ton of stress. Um, hey, Tammy girl. What's up? And hopefully our Dibble is feeling better after her dental adventures. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. I am about the same. It's very cold in my room this morning. How's the temperature today? Let's see. Oh, that would be why. It's 52. 52 degrees out today. This morning so far. As of 9 a.m. Which means it's about 45, 50 in my room. Or a little bit chilly. I actually had to put clothes on. Cats keep trying to cuddle with me and shit. I'm like, get off me. Dog wanted to go under the blanket, so I let her under the blanket, and then the cat started walking on her. Yeah, she wasn't happy. So, yeah, mean old kitty cats. So, what's everybody up to this morning or this afternoon? And I guess it's almost past noon where TG is. So, oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot to put the link in. Not that anybody comes up and talks with me anymore, but just in case. Hey, Casual. Uh, Same situation, Casual, and I'm starting to get very angry. I mean, I'm frustrated, and stressed out, but I'm at the point now where I'm gonna start being not so nice when I call. So I have to call again on Monday. So, yep, it's yeah. I don't know. It seems nobody wants to do their fucking jobs anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know exactly what kind of abilities that these call reps are given, but I know they were able to change my address, but then said that they needed to get authorization, and I don't know what that meant. I'm like, I'm authorizing you, change it. You have the wrong address, you know. Um, and I even asked them what forms I needed to fill out, what the form number was, because like all the forms are available online, and told them friends of mine said that they would print the forms out for me and send them. I just need to know what the number is for the form, and they were like, well, we'll have to check with your representative. I'm like, do you people have access to anything except changing my address? What the hell? So I don't know. But every time I ask them a question, they seem to have to ask somebody else. I mean, a couple of them have called me back, but then they come up with something else that I have to have them ask. And, like, well, why can't you mail it to me? Well, I'll have to ask. And then they never call me back. I'm like, nah. So I still don't understand why they could mail it to me from February until now to the wrong address, but can't mail it now to the right address. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. Why I think the government should make sense, I don't know, but it's in my head. So yeah, so nothing has changed. My landlord did message me and ask me if I had rent yet. So he's starting to get upset, you know. And I told him I was still fighting with Social Security, so he never texted me back. So I don't know. I mean, I know they had to deal with his family had to deal with Social Security for his sister. So hopefully he's understanding that it's not just a matter of just calling and poof, you get all your answers and everything works out great for you. My mom seems to think that's how it works. She's never had to fight with Social Security over anything, you know? So, yeah. So that's how that is. It's still the same. Still trying to get my money. The good news is, though, through donations and some work on my part, I was able to get enough money that I should be able to do all my shipping. Um, I was in two minds of that. I was, I have enough money to pay my internet bill, or I have enough money to do shipping. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting the shipping done because I feel so bad that it's taken so long to get the shipping out. And I don't want a reputation of someone who, oh yeah, buy stuff from Kodi and wait 6 months to get your stuff. I don't want that reputation. So this week I will be doing all my shipping labels and everybody's stuff will get out. Whether I have to try and get the laptop out there myself or not, I might even do it this weekend and not wait for my mom, because I never know what's going to happen with my mom. I never know if she's going to be able to stay or if she's just going to drop stuff off and leave. So I might try and do it this weekend, take the chance on getting the laptop out there myself. It's awkward. It's not easy. So, but I want to get this done and then I can get everything sent out at the beginning of the week. That's the grand plan. I'm also doing my shipping instead of buying cigarettes too. So there is that, because I'm out. All I have is all the little snipes and stubs that I saved. But I do have the vape, so it's not like I'm going to, have a mental breakdown because I don't have cigarettes. So I just do still have a nicotine option. But yeah, I need to get that damn shipping out. I do, because I feel bad. And I won't do another sale until I get the shipping out, because I don't want everything piling up. And I mean, honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't want to buy from somebody who isn't getting their shipping out. You know what I mean? So, it's like, oh yeah, I'm buy from Kodi. She still hasn't gotten the shipping out from the last sale, but let's buy some more stuff from her. So yeah, it's just a personal thing. I don't want to do another sale until I clear the board of the stuff that I have pending, So yeah, so that's the update in my crazy life. I mean, I go nowhere. I see no one. But my life is chaotic enough as it is. So I don't know. My non-life is a mess. So how's everybody else doing? I don't want to have the whole show about my bullshit with Social Security again. I mean, that was a little much. Although I do appreciate all the help and everything people were trying to give me. But I don't want the whole show about that. Because honestly, I'm just tired of dealing with it. It's the weekend. I can't call them, so my brain needs to take the weekend off from stressing about it. I mean, I'm not going to be able to take it's not going to go away completely, but the finality of, well, you can't make any calls on the weekend, so there's nothing you can do right now. Don't stress over shit you can't control. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to put my brain into that woosah for the weekend. The good news is because I have not turned on my heat and it's been, cooling down here. My AC has not been running. So my electric bill is only $85. It's down from 125. So that's a good thing. That a little bit of relief, like, yay, lower electric bills. Of course, it means that I'm very cold and that causes me pain, but it's okay. I'm all right. Time to break out my nice big hoodie. So when I'm sitting here doing stuff on the computer, I could be nice and toasty warm. I gotta remember to grab that. It's in the other room. Yep. So since I'm not going to bitch about Social Security, I got nothing. I'm like, we will now pause for a moment of silence. That could last the entire show. And I moderated for Ella yesterday. Was not expecting a 5 hour auction, but it was awesome. I had so much fun. Um, Ella and Kim are always a trip, and Victoria was on there. And man, did it get loud sometimes. But it was a lot of fun. The three of them together are amazing, and it was great. I had a good time. I thought it's about to get real. Kim was going to do an auction last night. And usually I moderate for her at least part of the time. My eyes been going wonky when I'm moderating. Either that or my hands flare up. I don't know if it's because it's at the end of the day or auctions are late at night, but I usually try and moderate for as long as I can. Oh, Tammy, you got to go back and watch it. It's hysterical. It got a little perverted. A little. I say a little. It was almost like being on this channel. Um, I for a couple of times I was like, "What channel am I on?" But yeah, it's funny. It was really funny. Good morning, my badass ninja. How are you this morning? But yeah, Kim and April didn't do an auction last night. I was actually okay to moderate too. The night before, I didn't. She didn't have a thumbnail up, so I didn't think that she was doing an auction. And at 8:30, my back was screaming at me, so I laid down. I was tired and I hurt, so I laid down and I woke up at 10:30, and she had messaged me at 9:30 asking if I could moderate, and I was like, you had an auction?" So, but my eye was still all messed up the day before yesterday, so I couldn't, because you can't. It's hard to keep up with chat, especially if your eyes aren't working. Um, how am I? Hmm. On a scale of 1 to 10, mentally, I'm probably at about a 4. But physically, right now, there isn't anything causing me extra pain, so that's a good thing. My eye's okay right now. My hands hurt. Of course, they always hurt, but they're not flaring up. So I'm a little cold. Had to put clothes on, you know. But yeah, I'm maintaining, I guess. I'm glad you were doing great. I am. How are the kids? Kids doing all right? And Beastman and your mom. Hello, Beastman. Hello, Clarice. Work with me, people. Anybody else got anything else going on? Anybody want to bitch about anything? It's an open chat. I mean, Do what you got to do. I won't even get mad if you want to ramble on about how wonderful everything's going for you, even though I'll be like, fuck you. But no, I won't really mean it. I am not one of those people that is like misery likes company and I want everybody to be in blah. Oh, we'll tell her I said happy birthday and tell Allie happy birthday in 5 days. Horror themed birthday party. Yeah, see, I'd pass on that. I don't do horror, but that's awesome. God, they're getting so big. Tell them stop that. My granddaughter turned 15 in June. She's got a boyfriend. I'm like, no. And my grandson turned 17 in July. Oh, and my daughter apparently has a new man that she didn't tell my mom about. She waxed on and on and on about how she only had time for school and she doesn't have time for anything else and can't help my mom do anything and can't do anything with kids. She spends no time with her children. That's why, Amy, I love the fact that you spend time with your kids. But she's got a man she's spending time with that lives 45 minutes away and has a 13-year-old daughter that she's spending time with. So my 15-year-old granddaughter is kind of like, fuck you, mom, Yeah. And now she's talking about moving to the town, moving to where he is. And both kids went, well, you can go on your own because we're not leaving. They're like, nope. So yeah, that's causing a lot of fun in my mom's house. But my grandson's 17, and even though he's still in school, legally he's an adult in South Carolina. So I think that he actually could stay with my mom. So he's not going anywhere because my mother waits on him hand and foot. He's not stupid. He's not leaving free chef and maid service. Wow. Tell her go back, be a kid again. She getting way too grown up. She's beautiful, Amy. She really is. What is she doing? Hulking out? That's a really gorgeous dress. I mean, not really my color, but it looks really good on her. And damn, you got beautiful kids. She's beautiful, Amy. I don't have any recent pictures of my grandkids. Oh, she was pretending to be me in WWE stuff. Well, she should have had a ninja mask on if she was pretending to be you. She is beautiful. She looked fantastic. I haven't haunted my Wow, that's pretty cool. They share a birthday. Hmm. Yeah, the whole boyfriend thing is scary. I guess Sadie's boyfriend is older than her. He's a senior, and he's got a job, and she spends a lot of time with his family because he's always got like cousins over there, and his family loves her. So Apparently, she switches personality when she goes there because she's very sullen and resentful when she's at home. Which, I mean, I can understand, but she's sullen and resentful for my mom, who bends over backwards to help her and do whatever she wants. And, Sadie doesn't help her out, and she should. Both of the kids should. 15 and 16 years old, they can do some dishes and, you know, vacuum the carpet or something. They can do something. Nobody does anything to help my mom. But the only way I get pictures of my grandkids is if I haunt my I go and stalk my daughter's Facebook. And I haven't done that in a while, so huh. Doesn't look like she's been putting up pictures of the kids, just the dog and herself. Lots of pictures of the dog. Oh, there's one of my granddaughter. Hmm. The last picture she has on her Facebook of my granddaughter is from July of 2021. You know, I'm gonna put it in there where I can find it. So yeah, all her pictures are of her or animals. Unbelievable. None of my grandson. Hi, Beast Man. Yeah, clean that bathroom. They all have girlfriend and boyfriend. Damn. Let's see. I don't know if my StreamYard's going to let me do it. Because the last time I tried to share a picture, my StreamYard, my whole computer locked down. I have no idea why, but I will try. And it's funny because the picture that she shared of my granddaughter that she put on her Facebook is of my granddaughter and the dog. It's not just my granddaughter. And my granddaughter's been doing all kinds of stuff with band, and she goes to all competitions. And hello, Clarice. She should have a crap ton of pictures on here, and she does not. Because she's never with them. She doesn't spend any time with them. I'm like, damn, your kids are going to hate you just as much as you hate me, and you're actually causing it. I didn't do anything to cause it. All right, let's see if this will work. I might have to reboot, so don't panic if I disappear. I'll be back. Ooh, I think it's going to work. There it is. That's my granddaughter, Mercedes. The dog's name is Cherry, like as in the fruit. And that is my beautiful granddaughter. That's when she was 14. They're so pretty. I made cute kids and beautiful grandchildren, so I'll take credit for that. Yeah. I have no idea where that was taken. Probably I don't know, it might have been a dog park or something. I don't know. But one beautiful girl that I never get to see. Thank you, Amy. Now, if she would just stop hoarding dirty dishes in her room, my mom might be happy. My mom has literally had to tell her, "We are out of dishes and glasses. Please go clean out your room. Bring all the stuff down." And she'll bring it down, and it's like she's been hoarding it for a month, and it's all gross and moldy, and she just puts it in the sink or on the counter and walks away. Hey, Lance, how's my boomer? I love that dog. So, yeah. Yeah, but it's gross. And my mom, I mean, I couldn't even eat in another room of the house, but Sadie will be able to bring food up into her room, and it's just gross. I mean, my kids were never allowed to eat in their rooms. I mean, they stole food out of the cabinets, and you know, I found containers and stuff, but not dishes. Because I tell you what, if my kids left plates and dishes in their room, then they didn't have anything to eat on when it came time to eat dinner. So we didn't have you know, a very large. We each had a plate, and ew, yeah, mystery food, yuck. um, we had 4 plates, 4 bowls. I mean, we just had one set of dishes. So if they left something in their room or whatever, they wouldn't get anything in that when it came time to eat a meal. So yeah, they weren't allowed to do that. And yes, I said when they stole food out of the cabinet, because being on a very limited income and a very short food budget, all food was designated for something. So usually for meals, and we had designated snacks, and everybody, you know, things had to be proportioned. You know what I mean? So that everybody was got equal, because if one kid gets something the other kid doesn't get, there's a whole fit that happens. You'd think you've murdered somebody. So when one or both of them got into the cabinets and took food that was designated for other things, then we didn't have that thing for a meal or a snack or whatever. So yep, stealing food. Yes, I was told by social services that children cannot steal food in their own home. I said, bullshit. I was like, when they get their meals and they get their snacks and then they take someone else's stuff, that's stealing. You know, anytime you take something that's not yours, it's called stealing. I don't know. Social services here is a mess. But yeah, James doesn't do it too much. My grandson doesn't, but he's on the first floor, so his room is like 10 feet away from the kitchen. Um, so he doesn't really do that. Of course, he doesn't really take food into his room anyway. Like maybe, popcorn in a bowl or something. But if he doesn't bring the bowl back out, then he can't have any more popcorn. So he kind of gets it. But my granddaughter and my grandson won't make his own food either. I mean, he's high functioning autistic, but he is able to make food on his own. My mother just doesn't allow him to do it. She does everything for him. It's sad. But my granddaughter has gotten to the point where she can make her own food, but she will leave everything all over the counters. I mean, containers and packaging, and you know, like if she gets the sugar out to get like a tablespoon of sugar, she'll leave the entire container of sugar on the counter instead of putting it away. Drives me like crazy. So yeah, those TV commercials where they show the kitchen and it's just a mess. There's like bits of food and dirty pots and pans. Yeah, that would be my granddaughter in the kitchen. So my kids knew better. We taught them to clean as they go. You know, don't leave a mess on your counters. But my mom had got me a Pepperidge Farm chocolate cake, one of the frozen ones. and it's been sitting in my freezer for a month. And I was like, look, that's gonna end up getting freezer burn or going bad or something. I said, take it home for the kids because I mean, I have to transfer food because I don't sit out in the kitchen to eat because it just compounds the loneliness of sitting here by myself to eat a meal. So I bring my food into my room. Ironic, right? I bring my dishes back out and, I'll watch a movie or something when I eat. So usually if I'm making food, I make sure that it's a meal. And I can only carry one thing in my hand at a time. So, I only got one hand to work with. The other one's trying to wheel the wheelchair. So given my eating once a day thing, I try and make sure it's a meal and not just junk food. And I actually don't have a big sweet tooth anymore, which my mom was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Well, how long do you have?" Because I have a list. I mean, back in the day, I would have eaten that whole cake in like 3 days. Seriously, it would have been gone. And now I'm thinking, okay, I have to cut a piece and then get it in my room, and then I'll have to bring that container back out. And who knows how long the cake will sit there before I want another piece. So I didn't want to waste it. So I had to take it home for the kids. I was like, take this home and eat it, mom. Yeah, she thought I lost my mind. I've never given cake back before. I told her I need things in small portions that are transportable. Like a single portion type of thing. Like with my chicken pot pies, you know, I nuke one of those and I can just carry that back in here and then throw the container away, and that's awesome. But I mean, I had Victoria sent me an Amazon present. She sent me four packages of cookies, and they're soft, and I can eat them, and they're good. They're Chips Ahoy, I think, or Pillsbury, one of them. But I got that. When did I get that? Last week or the week before, and there's still two unopened packages, and I have the other packages. I think I've eaten like 3 or 4 cookies out of each one, and the rest are sitting in a Ziploc. I just don't have the urge to just sit here and stuff sugar in my mouth. It's weird. Back in the day, they would have been all gone. So yeah, it's like I know that with my it's like my brain and system knows that with the lack of activity, my inactivity of mostly just sitting here, or even if I go out in the other room, I mean, it's not a ton of exercise wheeling the wheelchair around. It hurts like hell, but it's not a lot of exercise. And it's like my body knows that if I just sit here and eat cookies and candy, and I'm gonna get so big I won't be able to move at all. So it's like my system decided to protect itself and was like, nope, we don't really want sweets. Every once in a while, I'll be like, I want a cookie, and I'll eat like 1 or 2, and that's it. Never in my life have I only eaten 1 or 2 cookies. Okay. But the past, I don't know, like 4 years, it's like my brain flipped a switch or something, and it's really weird. It's very strange, but it's okay. I'll take it. Morning, Jennifer. Hey, Wildflower. Good morning. How's everything in your world, Jennifer? You doing all right? Having fun with puppies? I love puppies. Puppy breath is like the antidepressant of the animal world. Apparently not for Jennifer. When our border collie Gypsy was popping out puppies like a puppy factory, anytime I was feeling doom and gloom and all blah, I would go in there and I'd play with the puppies, and it would make me feel better. But then when I got the money, I was able to get her fixed. I got her fixed, and no more puppies. Yeah, she had 3 litters of puppies before I was able to get up to, I think it was $125 at my vet's at the time to get her fixed. And my daughter, Kayla, the one that caused all the problems with social services. She was mad because instead of getting a birthday present, her dog got fixed. I'm like, okay, you can have the health and well-being of your dog take precedence, or you can get a present. Oh boy. Oh, that's so sad when stuff like that happens. Yeah, my mom has to deal with kittens coming into the house all the time. Um, and she keeps saying no more cats, and then one of the kids or my daughter will bring home another one. And yeah, the last one was a kitten that Desiree found on the side of the road. It had gotten hit by a car. And so of course, being a vet tech and working with being at the college and everything, she brought it in there and they saved it and all that. And the next thing she knew, next thing my mom knew, the kitten was living in her house. Yeah. And of course, my mom used to have all the stray cats outside, which weren't fixed. And so they were always having kittens. And every once in a while, they'd find one that wasn't doing well. So they'd bring it in. And yeah. Well, I hope you were able to find it a home, Jennifer. Yeah, it's amazing how feral kid. Can you guess about how old she is, or people that aren't? I mean, people that haven't had kittens, it's hard to judge. But um, yeah, a lot of times the kittens are really friendly if they haven't learned to be really skittish from their mom, which is a survival thing when they're out in the wild. But a lot of times the babies are just like, "Oh, love us." Okay, yeah, that's odd unless the mother never had to be skittish around people. It's weird there was only one, but not if it was feral. You know what I mean? Because they do end up dying off. I mean, we'll in the spring when it warms up, we'll have, I don't know, 40 little kittens running around out in our neighborhood because all of the feral cats around here get pregnant at the same time and they all have kittens and they'll just be everywhere. They'll be up in the trees, they'll be ah and all over the place. And within a couple of weeks, there's a lot less of them because we got packs of dogs running around. There's now two bigger dogs running around with the smaller ones. There's a big, big, chunky black and white pit, gorgeous dog. Um, and there's another big brown dog that's a mix. They're running around with the smaller dogs from the end of the street because the people down there do not keep their dogs contained. Oh yeah, I can understand that. Mama's like, nope, you might be small, but you are not one of mine. Get out. um, plus none of the cats, have their vaccinations or their shots. Plus, they have fleas, and when kittens get fleas, they get anemic if they have too many, and they can die from that. So there's a lot of things that go on out in the wild that, I tell my cats all the time, you have no idea how lucky you are. It's like you could be outside having to deal with all that bullshit. Instead, you're in here making me bleed, bitches. Yeah, our border collie Gypsy. When the first litter of puppies she had, I wanted to keep an eye on them. Huh? She must. Jennifer, I'm thinking that cat was not outside very long, and she doesn't have that many fleas. Aw, Tammy, that's awesome. Yeah, the neighbor down the street, man, they have their whole yard is fenced in, but they never keep the fence closed. So their dogs, they have like 6 or 7 dogs down there. They wander the neighborhood, and of course, when you have dogs in a group like that, they could be the sweetest dogs on the planet. But if one of them goes after something, it turns into pack mentality, and they all attack it. So, you know, I mean, people walk up and down the street and these dogs come charging at them. It's not good. Not good at all. And I am really glad, really, really glad that I have that kennel for Sibby to go outside, because she would absolutely have gotten attacked by these dogs if she didn't have that, and there would have been no way for me to help her out. So I am thoroughly grateful and appreciative for that kennel. So yeah, the feral cats in my mom's neighborhood all made my mom's porch their lounging area. You used to be able to go over there and there'd be like 6 cats laying on her porch. I told her, I said, call the animal shelter and have them come pick the cats up and have them fixed and released back in the neighborhood. That way, at least they'll stop having babies. And she's like, well, they're not my cats. I'm not calling. I'm like, oh, they're your cats if you're feeding them every day. Mm, yeah, that's weird. Because if she was born outside, um, she should have had a lot more on her. I'm thinking maybe Mama Kitty got outside with when she was pregnant, or got outside like one of the kittens wandered off. She went to find it. Weird. Moved and left. Maybe it was one of your neighbor's cats. When we moved in here, there were 2 solid black cats that were hanging around. 8 Ball and I don't know the other ones. I can't remember the other one's name, but they were identical, except for 8 Ball was had a little thicker neck, and they kept hanging around. And I was like, why are these cats hanging at our house? And the neighbor told us that the owner just left them here. So 8 Ball ended up being the thug of the neighborhood. All of the cats in my neighborhood are related to 8 Ball, him and his harem. Aw. Yeah, feline leukemia is not a pretty thing. Hmm. I don't know. Somebody might have booted out of a vehicle too. That's how we got Miha. John found her and her sister on the side of the road down at the end of our street, and the crackheads that lived down there, well, hung out down there, said that somebody pulled up in a car and just kicked them out of the vehicle, took off like like 3 days before, and they were absolutely covered in fleas and ticks. But yeah, someone could have done a drop off. That might be why the kitten isn't shy of people. But I'm glad your daughter rescued it. It shows she has a good heart. I remember when my daughter Kayla came to my house. I say came to my house. I won't say come home, because at the time she was mostly staying at her friend's house all the time. I hadn't seen her all summer, and all of a sudden she knocking on my door. I'm like, why are you knocking on your own house? And she goes, because my hands are full. I can't open the door. And I'm like, you could knock. Yeah. And her and her friend Nikki both each had a kitten in their shirt, like scooped into their shirt. Yeah, so did my son. He was 2. Um, and one of them was pure white fuzziness, and the other one was a little orange tabby cat. And I wasn't able to save the white fuzzy one, which is a shame because he was absolutely beautiful. But they both had those eye infections that they have when they're born. Sometimes they get it from through the mother, and so I was able to save the little orange one, but I couldn't save the white one. But she found them on the side of the road. Someone just dropped them off. Yeah, my son didn't either. He was 2, you know. But that's back when she had compassion for other living things. Of course, she still does to other living things, just not me. My kids are little shits. They really are. Yeah, we had a few kittens that had the eye infections. I mean, it's easily cleared up with penicillin, but I couldn't afford the penicillin, so I just had to keep cleaning their eyes out. And yeah, it was gross because their eyes were all pussy and ugh, it was disgusting. I became like one of those little backyard veterinarians for the animals in my house because I couldn't afford a vet. So there was one time when one of my cats, because social services made me let all the cats outside. They said they shouldn't be in the house. I'm like, well, thank you for sending my animals to death sentence because they're not used to living outside. But our cat Amos came home with two toes on his one of his back feet bent the wrong way. And I'm like, okay, I cannot fix that. So we actually couldn't pay the didn't pay the mortgage that month. I took the cat to the vet. He had two broken toes. How the hell he did that, I don't know. But um, yeah, there were a few times that we had to be late or behind on the mortgage so that we could take an animal to a vet. But most of the time, it was me trying to homeopath the cats back together or the dogs or whatever. I'm okay with animal wounds. I can deal with animal wounds, but dealing with people wounds, nope, skeeves me out. I get ugh. After John had his triple bypass surgery, he was like, "Look, I have a zipper," and showed me his chest, and I almost threw up on him. I'm like, "Don't show me that shit." Ugh. When my surgeon was going to describe what they were going to do for my amputation, I was like, "Oh, I so don't want to hear that." Nope. John did, so I made them go out, leave the room, and close the door so I couldn't hear it. John can watch surgery videos and stuff like that. Me, nope. Nope, no thank you. Gross. I mean, I'm not blood shy. I don't get sick at the sight of blood, but the sight of internal organs or the description of how they're going to lop off my leg is was not something I wanted to hear. No, thank you. I have my limits, you know. I honestly don't understand how any woman can not deal with the sight of blood. Sight of injuries, yes, but sight of blood, no. I mean, because we deal with it every month, you know. So what, you fainting every time you go to change a tampon? That's not really conceivable. So I've never understood that when women say, "Oh, I faint at the sight of blood." I'm like, "What do you do? Keep your eyes closed when you have your period?" I'm like, "How does that work?" That must be messy, you know. I said period and I lost somebody. My viewers just went down by one. Somebody sensitive. Yeah, no. See, I can watch stuff like that on TV because it's fake, and I know it's fake. Um, but I had somebody whose mother-in-law passed away, and they had been having problems. She was in the hospital for a little while, and she actually fell. They didn't have the rails up. She had um, the bracelet on that said "danger of falling." The rails were supposed to be up. She fell. She hit her head. Blah blah blah. Um, so I went over to the woman's house, and I'm sitting there. She goes, "Look at this," and she opens up this folder like in my face, and it was actual autopsy photos. And I was like, "Could you please get that out of my face before I throw up on you?" Because the last thing in the world I wanted to see was this woman's brain. And that's the picture she was on top. I'm like, ugh. Oh, those, no, I don't watch those. Yeah, no, I don't watch the actual, no. And the woman, the woman's all like, but look, she's got brain bruises from when she fell. And I'm like, that's nice. Please get it out of my face. You know, oh, ugh, gross. Yeah. Nope. I mean, this is somebody I used to have conversations with, and now I'm looking at the inside of her skull. No. No, thank you. That's just gross. Now, see, John was the kind of person that would perform surgery on himself if he felt like it. He had after he freaked out the one day and put his elbow through my storm door. He had a lump, a little bump on his elbow that was driving him crazy. And so one day he just he sterilized a um what are they called? Those little sharp little scalpel type tools. And he cut himself open and pulls out this little ball of crap, and I'm like, ew. It was like this little it was I mean, it was contained. It was this little ball of pus or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's gross. He dissected it and found a piece of glass in it. I'm like, well, duh. You put your arm through a freaking plate of glass. Of course you're gonna get cut somewhere. He's all like, wow, that's so cool. I'm like, wow, you're so gross. Now please stop bleeding all over my furniture and patch that up. Fucking men. And of course my son was right all in that going, wow, dad, that's cool. Yeah, no. Yep, I lost another 3. Well, blood, sex, and money. I don't know. It's just how the show goes. However, the conversation flows. I'm tired because it's cold. All I want to do is snuggle into my blankie because I'm sleepy and I'm cold. Well, you know what? I have no problem with that. And lurkers aren't contributing to the conversation. I appreciate their being here, so I do appreciate y'all. But honestly, if you're not contributing to the conversation, then I don't even notice when you leave. I don't keep a close eye on it. Actually, this is the first time I think I've ever mentioned that I lost somebody. Um, I appreciate people being here. I do, whether they contribute or not. But if they leave, I don't notice. I like interaction. Although, just in case Tina's listening, Tina, how the fuck are ya? I hope you're feeling better. I hope both Tina and Susanna are feeling better. And I hope Dibble's feeling okay. I know her mouth is probably sore. Trying to think of something to talk about. Let's see. Yeah. Well, Susanna messaged me yesterday and said that they were feeling better, so that's good. So I hope they continue to heal up quickly. I don't like it when my friends are sick. Like I said, I'm not one of those people that wants everybody to be miserable because I'm not happy. You know what I mean? I want my friends to do well and be well. So, yep. Oh, Debbie. Sorry. Yeah, did, Susanna and Tina both got COVID. So apparently they are on the mend now, which is very, very good. I'm glad. Um, yeah, I think about Dibble all the time. I mean, she said in a chat that she had refused pain meds, like narcotic pain meds, and I'm like, with what she just went through, I would definitely be going, give me pain meds, but she refused them, so I can my jaw hurts just thinking about it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's cold and flu season, I guess, because weather's changing and atmospheric changes. But I mean, Todd's feeling better. Victoria's husband's feeling better. She said he was going to go back to work on Monday, so that's good. But he did not have COVID, so I'm glad that he didn't. Um, I've had the sniffles and sneezed a couple of times, but that might just be because my house is so cold. I don't have people visit me. Germs can stay out. They don't need to be here either. Ew. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Jennifer. I know Susie Woozy was sick the other night. She said that since she went off keto, her system isn't processing food. Well, yeah, because when you keto is short for ketosis, which puts your body in a whole different state. So it's actually not that healthy for you. I researched that. The best diet you can go on is called a Mediterranean diet. For a while, before the Mediterranean areas got westernized, we'll say, with processed food and vending machine junk and soda and all that stuff. Before that, they were the healthiest people on the planet. They research has been done on that. It's scientifically proven. Now, of course, you got all the junk food thrown in, but and processed foods. But before all that, the people in the Mediterranean were some of the healthiest people on the planet. I had a doctor and three nurses tell me that in the hospital, and I researched it when I got home. They all told me I should go on a Mediterranean diet. It's also very good for your for diabetes. It helps regulate diabetes. Um, but in researching it, like snack foods and stuff are like nuts, like almonds and cashews, pistachios, things like that, and I can't eat them. My doctor was like, "Well, use the nut butter," you know. So we actually spent a fortune getting 3 different jars of nut butter because that shit's expensive as fuck. Um, I wouldn't be eating a sandwich with it. It would be cracker, you know? I'd be putting that shit on a cracker, and that's all I can afford. But I tried almond butter, pistachio butter, and cashew butter, and they were all absolutely disgusting. I could not eat them. Issa ate them with no problem because Issa has no taste buds, but even John didn't like them. They were gross, and these were high quality ones too. So yeah. Um, but I mean, it's mostly a diet of fish and some chicken. Every once in a while, red meat, but not on a whole. And you use olive oil with everything instead of butter. So it's uh it's actually a much healthier, a lot of vegetables, you know what I mean? It's a much healthier diet, which I could do the vegetables and the fish. I have no problem with that. But and chicken and stuff. But yeah, the supplemental stuff and salads, and I can't even eat salad anymore because I can't chew lettuce. I know, I tried a few years back and it didn't work. I was upset because when I was a kid, I never wanted to eat salad. And now I'm like, I'm craving salad and I can't eat it. Weird how that happens. But the Mediterranean diet is a lot healthier. You just have to have the control to be able to stay away from the junk food and stuff, you know? I mean, when I was a kid, I was a fat kid, and, my mom I saw so many nutritionists and dietitians and all that crap. I mean, I know how to eat healthy, I just can't afford to eat healthy because the food is too fucking expensive, you know? So, I do have to have my mom get me some fish, or I might she'll bitch about how much it costs. I'll wait until I have the money and then I'll buy it. Same with the chicken thighs because those are expensive too. And it's funny because she'll complain to me about the cost of food, but then if I'm not ordering, I'm not putting in a quote unquote order with her of what I need that has like the chicken thighs or whatever. She's like, "How come you're not getting that?" Because it's expensive, mom. you know. She goes, "Well, you need a variety." I'm like, "Well, I need to have you not complain about how much stuff costs because then you make me feel guilty." God, I just wish I could afford my own food, you know. But right now it is what it is, and we just have to deal with it. Morning, Jen. How are you today? Oh. Yeah, I have to be so careful about what I get for food. I don't know, Jen. I have no idea. Maybe they're sleeping in. Mm. Or they might not have wanted to hear me boo-hoo again about Social Security, which I vowed not to do today. But because I've done it two lives in a row or more, they might just be tired of hearing me bitch about Social Security and think I was going to do that again. A little bit once in a while. Yeah, people have been very sweet. I actually have enough to do my shipping now, so either this weekend or Wednesday, I will be getting all my shipping out. I will get all my shipping labels done and get everybody's stuff out by Thursday. Because I could pay my internet bill, but I want to get everybody's shipping out because, like I was saying earlier, I don't want to have that reputation of, oh yeah, let's go to Cody's sale and buy stuff and then wait 6 months to get it. You know what I mean? I don't want that reputation, so I'm gonna get all that out. Because I feel bad too. I mean, it's just like I blew everybody off, and I was like, screw it. Every day I feel that pressure. Yeah. Well, no, a lot of mods, and I don't know any specifics, but a lot of moderators charge for it. They want so much per hour or per auction or whatever, and I usually don't do that because I'd like to help, but given my financial situation, sometimes though, because of health issues, I have to stop and I don't moderate for the full auction. Yesterday, I actually got a run of good luck yesterday with Ella's auction because that went almost 5 hours. And my hands started to hurt towards the last 45 minutes. My hands started to kind of flare up a little bit, but it wasn't to the point where I had to stop. So, and my left eye was actually behaving itself. So that was nice. I had a lot of fun moderating for Ella, and it's always fun at Ella's auctions. Um, Jennifer, I'm not really gonna answer that. Oh, thank you, Jen. Um, but people in the chat will sometimes drop money for me, and there are um, channel owners that will be supportive, which is good. Um, let's just say that's one of the reasons I'm able to do my shipping. That and somebody that I didn't even realize hadn't paid an invoice paid me. So yeah, no, Ella takes care of me. We're good. Um, but yeah, I didn't even realize that somebody hadn't paid an invoice. That I was getting ready to do their shipping, and they would have gotten their stuff for free. The other day, I got a I got a notice from PayPal. You have money, and I'm like, what? And I looked, and it was for an invoice. And I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, a month later, they paid their invoice. I hadn't even realized I hadn't paid it. So that was nice. So that helped too. So I'll uh, I'll be able to do people's shipping, which is good. I don't know, Jennifer. I haven't heard anything. I haven't. I mean, she hasn't been moderating for Ella. All I know is she was taking a break. That's all I was told. So I don't know what her situation is. Yeah. Although in Ella's auction, there was somebody that was like, "Where's Lindsay?" And I'm like, "What? I'm not good enough for you?" But yeah, they said they missed Lindsay's singing. I have to be honest with you. I can't stand Lindsay's singing because she can't sing, and it's painful. But Ella has a new rule that there's no singing on her channel. Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Jennifer, you know how tiring moderating can get if you do it so often. I don't know how. I have no idea how Rhonda keeps going. I don't because she. There are times when she's moderating like every single day, multiple times a day. I would be so exhausted. It is mentally exhausting. Um, because you're concentrating and trying to get everything straight and not screw up, which I have done. Screwed up, that is. But so I don't know. She might just be taking a mental break. I do not know. I hope she's okay. But yeah, yesterday with Ella and Kim and Victoria was absolutely hysterical. Absolutely funny. I had such a good time. And Victoria invited herself back the next Friday. So if they have her back next Friday, it'll be another good time. I mean, it's always a good time with Ella and Kim because the banter back and forth and everything. But when you add somebody else in on it, it adds that to it. So yeah. Oh yeah. It's I don't know. I mean, Liam's Liam's what, 11? I think I'm probably gonna get a message going, no, he's da 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 da, but he's pretty self-sufficient, allowed, but self-sufficient, you know. So, well, you know what's funny, Jen, is that they absolutely love each other. They are such good friends, but they do that banter. I mean, I do it with Kim too, and people are all the time, don't pick on Kim. That's what Kim and I do. But I love Kim. Kim and I get along great. We really do. So it's kind of like if you can get in a zing, then do it. You know what I mean? And none of it is done with any kind of harmful intent. You know what I mean? It's not done with any ill will towards the other person. It's just, hey, I can get in on a funny on her. You know, like yesterday, I kept putting in Vicky because of Victoria doing that whole banana poop thing that she calls my name on the broom and sniffing its butt and all that in her show. I was like, I will get you for that. So yesterday during the auction, I kept putting in Vicky lots and calling her Vicky because she hates that. So yeah. But I absolutely love Victoria. I mean, I would never wish her any ill will. That would be like kicking a puppy. You know what I mean? Because she is just so up on helping everybody and being sweet. That I don't understand how anybody can do any ill will towards Victoria. It's kind of like plucking the feathers off an angel. What the hell? So, morning, Dana. Now, see, Dana can sing. I wouldn't mind Dana singing, and I like Victoria singing. But when Lindsay sings, it's kind of squeaky and off key, and it's like no, yeah, you know. So, I mean, she means well. She does. Yeah, she absolutely is a sweetheart. I love Victoria. Oh, we were talking about Lindsay and singing. Lindsay, when she moderates, sometimes sings. She shouldn't do that, but she has a good time. And not everybody doesn't like it. It's just I don't. I mean, I got to be honest. I'm not going to say I like something when I don't. So, yeah, you're so lucky. I agree, Jennifer. I agree with you. Yeah, but there's sometimes like somebody will say something in chat, or one of the people on panel will say something, and it will remind her of a song, and she'll sing it, and I'm like, what was that? I'm like, keep your day job, don't sing. But it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of like artwork. I mean, if somebody sits there and go, oh look, I painted this, and it's not something that appeals to me, I'd be like, well, congratulations. It looks like you worked hard on it. Not really my style of art, but there's always somebody that's going to like something you do. So I appreciate the effort that you made, but I won't gush over someone's artwork if I don't like it. Artwork is down to the interpretation in your brain and your emotions. It has to speak to you. The same kind with music. Not everybody likes the same music. So, wow, you guys are lucky. I mean, they always say sing and dance like nobody's watching or listening. So, it doesn't matter if you're not that good at it as long as you're having a good time. But I, yeah, I usually have to mute if certain people start singing. I'm like, nope. Kind of like I do with the Minions, that high pitched, irritating sound. I'm ah. What's up, bitch? Good morning. How's my Tig? Oh, I gave Simi a treat because you told me to, and she said thank you. Simi's treats are like huge. The milk bones are the large milk bones. Then I still do it sometimes. I mean, I don't do it a lot, but every once in a while I'll be like, screw it. But my gift to everybody on YouTube is that I do not sing that much. I used to be able to sing. I used to be able to sing really well and accurately and on key and all of that. And then I got laryngitis twice in 1 month, and it damaged my vocal cords, which is why I sound like a guy now. And I can't sing. I can't sing anymore. Yeah, that probably contributed to it too. But yeah, it was the laryngitis, because I definitely noticed my voice change when after the second time. Danny May, what happened to Larry's 20 questions? Inquiring bears want to know. You know, I set my alarm so I could be awake for that, and then nothing. Hate it when that happens. I could have been sleeping. I'm going to be on Danny Mae's 20 Questions on November 22nd. So if y'all have questions you want to ask me that you, for some reason, don't ask me in here. But as always, remember that I will either say, I'm not answering that, or I will give you a completely honest and blunt answer. So be very careful of the questions you ask. Oh, well, that sucks, Danny Mae. Maybe he'll reschedule it. Bye, Jen. Have a great day. Go be productive. Always working. Yeah, someone asked him on his morning show, and he said it was a secret. He couldn't say. So I figured I'd ask you. But if even you don't know, then I guess we're just not going to know. Oh, that yawn actually hurt. He seemed okay on his show, although I guess Friday he had a low blood sugar when he woke up. So he ate something and his levels started going back up. He was okay. But there are people on Danny Mae's channel that don't really know me, so it should be interesting. There are people that go to her shows that are not familiar with the Kodi. I will do my best not to cuss, Danny Mae. You know me and my fucking mouth, you know. I'll keep it clean. Well, I can't say I'll keep it clean, but I'll try and keep it non-vulgar. Family channel. Well, that sucks. Considering he volunteered for it, kind of invited himself to ask if he could be on it. It's kind of rude to cancel, but I'm sure that he had his reasons. No, actually, people usually on Danny Mae's channel, people usually aren't cussing up a storm. One or two might drink like a damn fish, and then I have to leave. But but for the most part, their language is okay. I mean, Danny Mae wants her shows to be able to be watched by anybody, and that includes younger people. So, or people that have kids around, and so I try and watch what I say if I'm on Danny Mae's lives. See, for my channel, I'm not the YouTube parent of the planet, and if your kids are watching my show, that's on you, not me. So I don't fucking worry about that kind of shit. Yeah, Lori with her middle finger. Well, I mean, that kids are going to see that anywhere. You know what I mean? If you leave your house at all, you're going to see that. So middle fingers, I'm not too worried about. But when people sit there and say, "Oh, you shouldn't cuss so much on your channel," and what if their kids listening? Well, I'm not their parent. Their parents should be monitoring what they watch and listen to. That's not my job. My channel is set for no one under the age of 18. So, yes, Jennifer, you can definitely tell. And that kind of thing triggers my PTSD since it was caused by alcoholism, not my own. I don't say anything. I just usually bow out. Danny Mae knows when I leave. She's like, "Uh-oh, Kodi's gone." I agree. They should be on YouTube for kids. Or if they're watching over a parent's shoulder, their parent should watch the show later or tell them to leave the room or something, or at least have headphones in. something. So, but I am respectful to other people's channels and rules in their rules in general. So I do try and follow that and behave myself. But don't think I can't say exactly what I want to say by not cussing, because I can. So one way or the other, I can get around it and say it. Right, Dana? What's for breakfast? The way I figured, if you can hold a conversation with people without cussing, and that you're articulated enough to express yourself without cussing, then you have free reign to cuss all the fuck you want. Ooh, nice. See, I can't eat English muffins anymore. But I can eat biscuits, so I would have that with biscuits. It makes me cry. I can't eat English muffins anymore. I seriously feel like Captain Barbosa on Pirates of the Caribbean, when all he wanted to do was just be able to eat an apple. Yeah, that would be nice. If I want apple, I have to eat applesauce. It's not the same thing. This is why it's hard for me to shop for food, is because I have to be able to eat it physically, and I had to be able to afford it. So it very much limits what I can do. Yeah. Well, I love English muffins, but you can't bite through them when you have broken teeth. Doesn't work. Yep. Sausage, egg, and cheese. So good. Yeah, see, surprisingly, I can't really bite through those too well either. I mean, I can't bite into them, but there are some things that if I cut them up, I can eat them. Although I have that front tooth that's loose, that's sticking up higher than the other teeth, and I kept catching it on the broken teeth on top when I'm chewing. My God, that fucking hurts. I have to be so careful when I chew food. It's crazy. And I can't eat spaghetti anymore. I can still eat ramen noodles, just the noodles with butter. I don't put the nasty seasoning on it. But I found out the last time my son made spaghetti, which was when he lived here, so it was over a year ago, um, that I'm not able to chew spaghetti. I don't know why. The texture, the shape, I don't know, but I ended up almost choking on spaghetti, and because it would just the long pieces would start to go down my throat. So I mean, if I cut it up, I can eat it, but for some reason I can't chew it. It's weird. Yeah, I don't get it either. But spaghetti's not worth my life. So I literally almost choked to death like 3 times trying to eat dinner. Uh, before I got smart and grabbed the knife and just cut it all up into tiny little pieces like I was 2. You know, I mean, I can eat like elbow noodles. I can eat those, but the long strands of spaghetti, I don't know. And we don't usually use real spaghetti, like actual spaghetti noodles. We use angel hair pasta or thin spaghetti. So yeah, I don't know, but I can eat um, ziti noodles, the long tubes. I can eat those. I don't know. I don't get it. But those long strands, man, they almost killed me. All right, I'm not big on spaghetti anyway. At least not with spaghetti sauce. Spaghetti sauce tears through my system, bugs my stomach. Nope, I've never had that. I could eat broccoli, but only the tops. I can't eat the stalks of broccoli. I can only eat the tree tops, the florets, as they call it. I don't even know what broccoli rabe. I don't know what that is. Rob. Okay. Hi, TG. Wow, Jennifer, that's weird. But congratulations on losing 30 pounds. I eat once a day, something nutritious once a day. And then, I mean, I have snacks, although I'm almost out of potato chips again, which kind of sucks. But I have a jar of peanut butter and I have bread. So if I get really hungry in between my one meal, I'll eat like a half peanut butter sandwich or something. Huh. Interesting. I don't like bitter things. Does it actually taste bitter? Or do you cook it so that it's not? Hmm. Interesting. It's actually more closely related to the turnip than broccoli. Interesting. Yeah, I looked it up because, Google Queen. Yeah, never heard of it. Interesting though. But yeah, looking at the pictures of it, yeah, it's definitely something that would have to get cut up. Ah, yeah. Yeah, it's associated with Italian food. It's grown all over the world though. They grow it in California too. But I'm sure at one point it was in Italy. Yeah. And it has the same health benefits as broccoli because that was on there too. For the one of the random questions is broccoli, Rob, as healthy as broccoli? It's another cruciferous vegetable from the Brassica genus of plants, very similar to broccoli. In fact, both have very similar nutritional profiles, provide the same potential health benefits, including cancer fighting properties, improved heart health, weight, and blood sugar control. Also gives me a crap ton of recipes for it. I haven't gotten broccoli in a while. Maybe I'll have my mom pick me up some broccoli florets. Because I've got frozen peas, I've got canned carrots and canned green beans, and I think I've got one can of asparagus tips left. Maybe I'll have her pick me up a couple of things of frozen broccoli because I mix it with I make like my own chicken bowls. I'll make either instant mashed potatoes or rice, and then I throw some of that Tyson grilled chicken in it with it. and then a vegetable. Just mix it all up. And it's easier for me to carry it into my room that way because I have the Glad containers that you just put the lid on. Because carrying a plate one-handed while wheeling a wheelchair is a very dangerous thing. So being able to bring in a covered container is much less stressful, especially when you have numb hands, because you can't feel when you're tilting a plate the wrong way or whatever. So I make my own food bowls. The only thing that I bring in here on a plate are sandwiches. Yeah, your fake meatballs. Meatless balls. Hmm. Veggie balls. Yep. Yuck. I want my balls to have meat, damn it. I haven't had meatballs in a while either. Jennifer, best question ever. How many people do you cook? She's a pseudo vegetarian. I don't think people are on her diet. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, I know it was supposed to be four, but it wasn't, which makes it hilarious. I don't think her oven is big enough to cook a people in. Jennifer, you just made my day, man. That was funny as hell. Oh, best question ever. Oh. Scarlet Dahmer, right? We're gonna start calling TG Hannibal. Oh, that one's gonna make me laugh all day. That was funny. Dana. Yeah, Hannibal with a stolen halo. Where's Kathy? You need to give that back. Oh, I can. Jennifer, I've got a lot of practice cooking for one. I wouldn't make meatballs for just me. I'd get the frozen ones so that way I could just grab, a few of them out. But yeah, I can cook noodles for one person. Or, we used to cook enough for five people and I'd get one meal and my son would eat the rest. So there was that. I mean, that boy would make four family sized boxes of macaroni and cheese. I'd get like one, maybe two bowls out of it, and the rest was gone. Well, at least you got the four in there this time. Otherwise, it would have been I wasn't sure if she cooked her mom or anyone else. Too funny. Oh, I do. Screw that. If I'm doing all the work, I damn well am eating. I might eat last, but I will eat. The only time it goes where I have to wait to eat is when well, it used to, when the kids were little and I cooked for more than one people. Hey Michelle, um was pancakes or something that you had to eat, you had to cook a few at a time, something like that. But for meals, all the food got put out at the same time, and it was usually me. Yeah, my boy's big. He's topped the 400 mark now. He told me he's like 415 pounds. So, but like if I'm cooking pancakes, I can only cook so many at a time. I'm not gonna have 3 frying pans going and cooking pancakes and all of them. So I would cook pancakes and the kids would get theirs first, then John would get his. Occasionally I would eat one while I was cooking, but other than that, the last was mine. Yep. He's a big boy. And he's only 5'10", so it's not healthy. He told me the other day that he he's been having a problem when he sleeps. He keeps stopped breathing. I was like, "Well, you have sleep apnea." I told you that years ago. He goes, "Apparently I stopped breathing in my sleep." I'm like, "I told you that years ago too." Because you guys remember, I'd be sitting here and be like, "Well, I can hear my son breathing while he's sleeping." Oh, there he goes. He stopped. And then he'd wake up a minute and then he'd go back to sleep. Yeah, he's got sleep apnea. He's so big that his own weight crushes down on his lungs and compresses it. So until he moves or rolls, he can't breathe. Yeah, that can cause problems too, Jennifer, with overeating because they're worried that they won't get any food. I would not have been able to afford that, Michelle. But yeah, meals always, all the food got put out at the same time, and everybody got to eat at the same time. When we didn't have a table or anything to eat on, I always plated up all the food, so everybody got their proportions, and then the plates went out, and they got to eat. But with stuff like pancakes or eggs or whatever, where you can only cook a few at a time, unless it's scrambled eggs. The kids always got their food first, and then John, and then me because I was busy cooking. So I always ate last, but I damn well did eat. Yeah, but my son puts away some food. I'll tell you. I mean, that boy will eat a whole pizza by himself. You know, and it just kind of depended on what I was cooking at the time, as to if people got their food in stages or if we all got food at the same time. But if it was a meal, like a protein, like meat, a couple of vegetables, and whatever, I I set all those up, and then I was like, all right, come get your plate. So everybody ate at the same time. And people learned real quick not to bitch that someone got more than they did. Because Kodi don't play that. I made sure that the kids always got the same amounts, and if they bitched, I'd be like, well, I guess you don't want your food because you're complaining about it. And I'd start to take their food away, and they're like, no, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, I thought so. But when I was living in Lowell before I had my kids, I was around a lot of people that had children, and watching the way their kids behaved with food or whatever put it in my head to set some ground rules and do things the way I wanted them done, because Most of those kids were little assholes, and I was like, my kids are not going to be like that when they're little because that will drive me crazy. So instead, they waited until they got to about teenage years, and then they became assholes. Except for my son, he waited until he was in his 20s. I had a girl live with me for a little while that had 3 kids. She had our boy was the oldest, then her daughter. Her boy was 6, her daughter was 4, and then the baby was 18 months. And the first time she made these kids food in my house, I walk in the kitchen, and the kids are running all around. Their food's on the table. They're running all over the place. They'd run over, grab a bite of food, take off again. Um, I'm like, what is happening here? And she's like, what? They're eating their lunch. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're running around the house. And she goes, well, they come in and they eat. I'm like, so they both, the two older ones come running in the room. I said, stop. And they stopped and looked at me. I was like, sit down and eat. And they're like, we don't wanna. I was like, well, then you're done. And I took their food away. And she's looking at me like, what the fuck? And they were like, no, we want to eat that. I was like, then sit down and eat it. Because one, running around while you're eating is not good for you. It give you a stomach ache. And I didn't want kids puking all over my house. So they they sat down. I said, if you get up, you're not getting a cookie. I was like, if you sit down and you eat your food, then you'll get dessert. But if you get up even once, unless it's to go to the bathroom, you're done and you're not getting anything for dessert. And she looked at me. I was like, my house, my rules. Because she was living there for free. And she bought her own food, but she was not paying me rent. So she shut up. And those kids sat there and they ate their food. And her boy started to get up. I was like, you got to go to the bathroom? He's like, no. I was like, then why are you moving? And he settled back in his seat and they ate. And the little one in the chair was going, I not running. She was so cute. But yeah, they weren't even there a week and I had those kids trained to sit down and eat. You know, I do not like chaos in my house. So I don't know what happened after she moved out, but while they were there, they behaved themselves while they were eating. Michelle. Yeah, my son and I used to get along great. We did. And when I had the amputation and then he moved back in here, he built up all kinds of resentments and all of a sudden I was a horrible parent, so whatever. Yeah, she lived with me for about 3 months. About 3 months until she could get back on her feet and get a place to live. I did that a lot when I lived in Massachusetts, had people stay with me if they were, got kicked out of where they were living or they lost a job and couldn't pay their rent, got evicted or whatever. They would stay with me until they could get back on their feet. I was like the resident CBers halfway house. If you need a place to stay for a little bit, go see Kodi. Although I wasn't Kodi then, I was Honey Bear. So that was my CB handle. Honey Bear, HB, Bear, all the different varieties of it. I had a gangbanger call me Honey Bee because he couldn't say bear. He was Asian and couldn't say the word correctly. So he just called me Honey Bee. That was interesting. He was the leader of the Asian boys in Lowell, Massachusetts. I had connection all over the place over there. Not necessarily good ones, but the biggest thing with my son when he was little is I couldn't get him out of the damn bathtub. Um, he would go to take a shower, and half an hour later, he's still in the bathroom. I don't hear any water running. I'm like, what are you doing in there? He goes, taking a bath. I'm like, you were supposed to take a shower. He goes, I did that. Now I'm taking a bath. I'm like, okay. And then we'd hear the water run. The water would run for a few minutes and then it would stop and he'd still not coming out. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, so I had to heat the water up. It was getting cold. I'm like, oh my God. But he'd be in there for like an hour. I'm like, other people need to use your bathroom, your sister. needs to use the bathroom. He goes, she can use yours. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, my son was a little shit. But I'd rather have him in there too long than not in there at all. You know what I mean? He still takes extraordinarily long showers. Of course, half the time it's because he goes to the bathroom before he takes a shower and he'll fall asleep on the toilet. So 3 hours later, I'm messaging him going, what are you doing in there? He'll be like, oh shit, I fell asleep. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, that too, TG. I just told him I didn't want to know about it and you better clean out the walls. Yeah, he would fall asleep on the toilet. Must have been exhausting. I don't know. Such was my life. Aw, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Wes. Yeah, I hit my 350 mark. So I am last time I checked I was at 350 subs. Yay, go me. Only 650 to go. Yeah, as long as you're not super sensitive to subject matter and vulgarity, you'll be right at home here. Yeah, I get that. I'm not worried about it. I started doing lives because when everything exploded with the idiot in Scotland, um, we lost touch with the people that we used to chat with every night. And so Ma Powell and I decided that since we missed those people, we would start doing lives. So we alternated, um, and we each did, two a week. So um, I'm not sure if she still does them or not, but I started doing lives so that I could chat with people, so we could stay in touch with people that we have been talking to, and to give people a place to just go and chill. That's not an auction. Although I do have sales on my channel, I don't have them too often right now, but just place to go and hang out, relax, kick back, bitch about shit if you want to bitch about it. Everything is pretty much every topic is open. I don't allow racism or any kind of hatred. And if people come in and they start being an asshole, they're booted because I don't put up with that shit. Like, don't come in and not that you would, but people don't come in and attack other people in my chat because they will get booted immediately and they will not be allowed back because fuck you. Yeah, I saw it. He says hi to me now, TG, when I'm moderating for It's About to Get Real. He'll say hi to Kim and April and whoever else is on panel, and he'll say hi to people in the chat, and all of a sudden he's like, hi, Kodi. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no. Just because I'm moderating doesn't mean I have to acknowledge you, and I will not. I mean, if he bid on something, I'd have to acknowledge him because I have to call the bid, but he doesn't. So, did you? Yeah. And I told Kim and April both I was baseball commissioner, Jeffrey baseball commissioner, whatever. There's no baseball commissioner in his town, so he's a liar. It's all a bunch of bullshit. I don't believe he is how he says he is. I think he's full of shit and just wants a lot of attention. Well, he's always moaning about something, TJ. I mean, like some third cousin's girlfriend's ex-boyfriend's bird died and Jeffrey needs prayers. You know what I mean? It's always something. He likes attention. So I told April and I told Kim, I was like, look, I said, I don't acknowledge that motherfucker. I was like, so don't think I'm being rude when I don't acknowledge him, but I do not acknowledge him in chats and things. Because if I do, I'm going to go off and it's going to cause a problem in the chat. So so my way of being polite is to not acknowledge his existence in chat. I have no use for him and he's full of shit. So I'm good. I mean, he'll go into an auction and ask for prayers. Not the right time. You know what I mean? This is not your personal venue for you to get attention. These are people earning money. And now you're going to distract the whole chat by going, oh, why do you need prayers? What's wrong? Are you okay? You know? No, it's not the right time for that. And he seems to think that everybody is so fascinated with stuff he does, which we know he's not really doing. You know? Oh, I went so-and-so. Well, that's nice. Go away. Why don't you go back? You know? Go ahead. Go. Go do it again. Goodbye, Felicia. So, yeah. But why he suddenly decided it was okay to start saying hi to me, I don't know. But he never did it before. He's never said hi to me before. Even before I stopped acknowledging him in chats, he wasn't saying hi to me. But now all of a sudden it's like, at hi Kodi, which, by the way, is not how you tag somebody. If you're going to tag them, you have to do the at symbol and the full name to get it to light up orange. You can't just do like at Kodi. That doesn't work. So, yeah. Ever since he freaked out about someone misspelling his name accidentally, I'm like, nope. You needy motherfucker. I am all done with you. Don't be needy. And he never keeps his word. He continuously said, oh, people are mean to me. I'm leaving YouTube, but he never did. I hate it when people don't keep their word. Yeah, poor old Heffrey. So yeah, that's the general rule of my chat, is to not attack anyone, not be hateful. Like racist, hateful. And you know, it's funny because people are like, well, you're being hateful towards Jeffrey. No, I'm not. I'm being honest in my opinion about Jeffrey. I would have to give a fuck about Jeffrey to be hateful. I don't hate him. I just don't want anything to do with him. I don't hate anyone, but there are certain people that I have no use for, that I don't think add anything to my life, and they irritate me. So therefore, I exclude them from my life, because nobody needs that kind of toxic shit, and it gets me worked up, it gets me irritated, and nobody needs that. So, yeah. Obviously, it irritates me. TG like just likes to hear me go off. That's all. She's like, I'll get Kodi riled up. Watch this. TG is an instigator, in case anybody didn't know. She's an instigating Halo thief, for what she is. Hell yeah. All right, well, I got about 5 minutes to go, and I'm going to end this. And so if you have links you want to drop, I'm going to miss Dibble's link. She's not here to drop her link. But if you have links you want to drop, go ahead and drop them to your channel, to shows, to... Yeah, you're a fibber. You're a little Welsh fibber is what you are. Cooking people and all that. You're no angel. Well, she had her surgery on her jaw, TG, so I'm sure that she's hurting today. She had that Wednesday, and she refused narcotic pain medication. So she's the last thing she mentioned is that she was it was bruising and swelling a little bit, so she was going to put ice on it and lay down. That was yesterday, I think. So she's probably sore. Her mouth is probably really sore. So I hope that she is getting the rest she needs and healing up. Yeah, the only thing we don't allow is porn links. No porn. Nobody got time for that bullshit. But if you want to drop links to your channels or your shows or whatever, go right ahead and do them. Let's see who's live right now. It's on my subscription list. And I'm not one of those people that subscribes to absolutely everybody just for the sake of it. So let's see. Story Oxen Pirate is doing a premiere. And Melanie has a sale going on with her and BMOS right now. And that's all I got live for right now. Yeah, right, TJ. Wait, what's porn? You're so full of it. So full of it. TG, your eyes must be brown. You're so silly. But to everybody that's not feeling good or going through any kind of trauma, whether it's emotional or physical, also keep Darlene in your thoughts because she's going through a lot of stress and stuff right now. No, I wouldn't, TG. I would not change you for anything. Susanna and Tina, who are hopefully on the road to recovery from COVID, and Darlene, who's had car trouble and got kind of stuck in New York, and hopefully is back home now. And Dibble, who's recovering from her surgery, and Todd, Victoria's husband, who's recovering from being sick. Everybody that's going through anything, y'all are on my candle, and I wish you the best, and I hope everybody gets recovered quickly. Real quick. Do it. Do it now. Do it. And, TG's on my candle, too, to hopefully she stops fibbing soon. She's on the wish candle. But I do wish everyone else well, even though my life is in the crapper right now. I do wish all of my friends the best, and I hope that things are going in positive directions for everyone, whether it's making progress on healing or your business or just life in general. The people I like, I never wish any ill will towards, Yeah, me too, Michelle. Definitely. So, in whatever form works for you, that's what I wish for you, because I don't technically pray. Yeah, and Victoria got a hell of a lot of flack for that in the auction yesterday, TJ. I called her Vicky through the whole auction and told everybody she was doing free shipping. I told them I was kidding, but yeah. She's like, oh my God. Payback's a bitch. Yeah, technically I don't pray. I put people on my candle. I send good vibes, positivity in their direction. It's basically, it's the same damn thing. It doesn't matter what you call it. You're sending good energy in a direction. So no, she does not. She needs to stop calling them fucking things by my name. Gah. Considering they're male and I'm not. You got it, Michelle. All minions are male. There are no female minions. So that's a male minion in drag. She should be calling it Chris, not me. Yeah, little Chris. There you go. Little carrot. I still can't believe she called him that day. That was funny. Yep, with the ponytails. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you all have a good weekend, and I will see you around the tube. As far as I know, I'm not moderating anywhere this weekend until Sunday, maybe. With It's About to Get Real. It's either Sunday or Monday on It's About to Get Real's channel. Otherwise, I will just be cruising around. And if I'm in a good mood, I'll chat. If my hands are cooperating, if not, I'm lurking. You never know. I might be there. But I do wish everyone a good weekend. No ill will towards anyone. Everything stay positive. Nothing bad happened. So tired of bad thing happening to my friends. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, you guys. I appreciate all of you. I really do. Bye.